that before Premier's flexibility was unleashed, I'm going to say, I was definitely not a Century Club girl, but in the last couple of years, since they have given us all the new flexibility options, the last couple of years I have done Century Club. Yeah? Woo! So I want to share with you, I like to say that I like to keep things very simple, and so I want to share with you what I have done to keep it very simple and to do that, okay? Because I have a very simple system that I like to call 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't that awesome? You know, that's what we were laugh. That was funny. That's good. Okay. Bob, I told you I'd tell him when to laugh. Okay. So, what's important for you to know about my system is that it is simple, and that also I work this full time, and so you can take my simple system and you can tweak it for your business. You can take your own events, whatever it is that works for you, and you can spread it out over a 60, 90, or whatever day period you choose, because this is my system that I do for 60 days or for 30 days. And the reason I do this is because I need something that's a system that helps me to focus. It just gives me an idea of something to focus on, and it doesn't mean that it always works out perfectly, and it doesn't mean that every single month this is exactly what my calendar looks like. So here we go. The one in my system is one vendor event or fundraiser each month. Okay, now my vendor event is always my plan B because I love to do fundraisers. That is my heart, and that's what I enjoy. But if I don't get a fundraiser on my calendar, then a vendor event is my plan B. And I just simply look on Google, I look on Facebook, or I get vendor events through word of mouth. But my fundraisers outside of either cheer, baseball, football, school, or whatever, typically are personal fundraisers because those are, again, my favorite. And of course, again, they are word of mouth. I use my customer survey to advertise fundraisers. And then if I don't have someone on my calendar, I will do what is the best thing to do, and that's pray. And so my most recent fundraiser came from, I prayed and I got on Facebook and did the shameless scroll. God, show me somebody who has a need. And it just so happened, that was funny, it just so happened that I saw a post, this is a true story, can't make this up. I saw a post, and my friend Karen had actually posted that her daughter-in-law had cancer, and she was a brand new mom, she was in her 20s. And I thought, oh, I don't even want to ask her for a fundraiser because this is just so heartbreaking. But I private messaged Karen and I said, how can I pray for your daughter-in-law? Tell me more about this. And so she told me more, and I asked her how I could specifically pray. But this weighed on me so heavy, I thought, I really do want to ask her if I can team up with her to do a fundraiser. So I private messaged her and I said, I would love to team up with you and do a fundraiser for your daughter-in-law, Laura. Would you be interested in doing something together with the jewelry? I'll donate 25% of the sales to Laura to help with medical needs or whatever she wants to use that money for. You can keep the jewelry, and anybody that books an event for the entire rest of the year through this, I will give back $50 to Laura for anybody that holds an event. Okay, so we're going to continue this for the whole year as a give back. And she said yes. And within just a matter of a few months, I was able to donate almost $1,000 to Laura. Now, Laura is doing great. She just had a PET scan, and her cancer is, I don't want to say gone, but it is in remission, and she is doing very well, and her baby is doing exceptionally well. So I've been able to bless someone else. My business has been blessed, and this has just been an amazing journey for me to get to know someone personally and be blessed and bless them. So one fundraiser or one vendor event is the one in my simple system. The two is really fun because the two is what I like to call 2 5 o'clock somewhere shows, okay? 2 5 o'clock somewhere shows are great because these are for people who tell me, I don't like to do in-home parties, I'm too busy, I don't do shows. I'm like, great. You take a catalog, you pass it around at your job, and then we're gonna get together with some of your friends. Typically, a Mexican restaurant works great because in my area, there's tons of them everywhere. They're quick, everybody can afford a taco, and chips and sauce are free. And I can bring 8 mini trays of jewelry in my mini tote, a T-bar, and a little bracelet bar. And then you can invite your friends from work to come grab the taco. I can put some jewelry on them for an hour, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. They can fellowship and they can be home by 6:30 before their husband knows. Your husband doesn't even know you did a jewelry show. They don't even think they did a jewelry show. They just got some catalog orders. We met for Mexican with my jewelry. The Mexican restaurants love it. They typically have a back room, but even if they don't, I can get a table large enough. And if they want to do it at their office, or I'm allowed to do it at their office, that's great too. But typically, I'm home by 7 or 7:30, so guess who also loves a 5 o'clock summer show? This girl, okay? The older I get, the more I'm appreciating those, and the more of those I'm trying to fill in. I'm not going to lie to you. But they're great because they're added fillers. So 2 5 o'clock summer shows are part of my recipe for this formula. The 3 in my recipe, or my success formula for this, is 3 online or Facebook somethings. Now, what I'm learning about Facebook is that I don't love it as much as I thought I was going to. Can I get a witness? Okay. Doesn't mean I don't still use it, and I do, and I love it for certain purposes, but I like to call them online events because what I've found is that typically not everybody joins the event at the same time, and they don't order all at the same time that evening. So if I am going to do 2 Facebook parties because that's what people want to do, then typically what I'm doing now is I'm doing 2 on the same night. Maybe one at 8 o'clock and one at 9 o'clock, because if I'm going to have to get made up and dressed, I'm going to do it one time. And that way, if one is a dud and one is okay, I only did it one time. Thank you, Jennifer Keller, for sharing that advice with me. And then I don't feel defeated for the one that didn't go well, okay? Because I did 2 events the same night, and I got dressed one time, and usually one will pan out okay. What I'm trying to talk people into doing is, hey, listen, you know what? Most of the time people don't join at the same time and order at the same time. Why don't you take some catalogs to work, collect orders, and then I will post and I will actually attach the link from my website into your event. I will post some videos, some pictures, and then I'll ask people what they want to see, and I'll go live several different times. If they can watch it at the time, great. And if not, they can watch the replay. But I'm more catering to you and your customer and what they actually like, and we'll just keep that event open for a week or 2. How does that sound? And then they can order any time that's convenient for them. And that works well for me. It also works well for my customers. And I'm having a couple of online events that way. And I'm finding that my sales are working out pretty much just the same, if not better. And I'm really putting more emphasis on my hostess getting those orders beforehand. Now, the 3rd Facebook something is a mega show, because every month, the last Monday of the month, I'm doing a mega show for my team. And because I do a mega show for my team anyway, I want to make sure that I am utilizing as much of my customers or as many of my customers as I can as possible. So every single customer that is at my show, I'm having them fill out a wish list, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But at checkout, anything they don't get on their wish list, I'm giving them a $10 gift card, and they can use the $10 gift card for my Facebook mega show. Now, if they can't join the show live, if there's an expiration date on here, and it is the date of my next mega show, I'm going to invite them to that show. But if they can't come, they can still use the $10 gift card for my next Facebook mega show. So that is going to help me get sales for that Facebook event, because they can take that item they didn't get on their wish list and they can apply this gift card for that item on the mega show. That helps me get sales. So that is my 3 online or Facebook somethings. Do you love it?
Love it.
Okay, so now that leads to the 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the last one. This is good, right? Okay, 4 is my in-home, in-person jewelry events. And this is the core heart of my business, because this is where I get the majority of my bookings. It's where I get the majority of my prospects, the majority of my gym members. It's where I build relationships. It is the core heart of my business. It's the foundation of my business. It's where I still love to do business. So it's my in-home jewelry show, or my in-person actual presentation jewelry show. And so I still love to do those. But if you add all of this up, the 4, 3 is 7, 2 is 9, and 1 is 10. That is 10 events that I do in a 30-day period. But what I want you to understand is 3 of those I'm not even leaving my house for. 2 of those I'm home by 7 or 7:30, and then 1 of those, the fundraiser or vendor event, is usually on a Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, and then maybe 1 or 2 of my other jewelry shows are on a Saturday. I'm only actually leaving my home for the evening anywhere from 4 to max 6 evenings a month for a full-time job. That's pretty good, and that is flexibility that I can deal with. Can I get a witness? Awesome. So that is how I've been able to maximize the flexibility that Premier has given us in the last couple of years. Do you love it? Yes. Okay, the next thing I want to share is how I'm using my customer order form to help me get more events and more retail. And so at every single jewelry show, I ask every customer to pull their order form out as soon as I get started for my jewelry show presentation before I show the jewelry, and I tell them that there's 3 reasons I need them to fill this out with their favorite pieces or wish list. Reason number 1 is because everything is listed alphabetically, and it's going to be so much easier between the different books we have to find it. And then I also point out to them that when they write down the pieces alphabetically, they're going to be able, at the bottom here, my website is listed. And they're going to be able to go to my website anytime, and there's a search tool, I go ahead and explain that to them, that looks like a little magnifying glass. And when they type in the name that they didn't get of that piece, not only is it going to pull that piece up, but it's also going to pull up complementary pieces, so it's kind of like Amazon, but I like to call it Glamazon. And so it's going to show them all of the pieces that complement those pieces to go along with that, maybe even pieces I didn't show. So I'm hoping to build their curiosity to go look at that. And then the second reason I want them to write the pieces down is because they are probably going to have this as a wish list, draw a thin line through the pieces they don't purchase. And then if they need some retail therapy because sometimes they get mad at their husband and they need to help him out, or that was funny, or they have a birthday or Valentine's or Mother's Day or anything and they want to give this to someone to help shop for them, they can do that. And then the third reason is because I'm nosy and I just like to know what they like. And if I'm showing pieces and I know they're writing down a lot of the pieces I'm showing, I'm going to keep showing those. But if I'm showing pieces and no one is writing them down, I want to make sure that I stop showing them because I know I'm the only person that really likes them, and that helps me. So that's funny too. Okay, so that helps me to know what to keep showing. Now, the whole time I'm showing jewelry, I will constantly remind them, like, did you like that? Make sure you write it down because I'm going to bribe you and I'm going to give you tickets, 5 tickets or Diva dollars when you write down at least 5 pieces. And then guess what? Right before the booking activity, I'm going to go around the room and ask them what pieces they wrote down. Now, if I hear 5 people say they wrote down the Dress to Thrill and I really need a booking, guess what my booking gift is going to be when you book this month? Dress to Thrill. So that's helping me on my wish list get a booking. And then if I don't get bookings right at my booking activity, no worries, because at checkout, I'm just going to simply say, Dana, I see there's several pieces on your wish list that you didn't get. I would love to still help you get those at 50% off and free. What do you think? And if she says, I don't do in-home parties, I say, that's okay, no problem. I would love to help you do a 5 o'clock somewhere show. And if she doesn't want to do that, I can move her to an online show, or I can just move her right on to a gym member. I'm just going to keep going down until I find what works for Dana. Of course, I'm obviously going to tell her about my mega show and give her the $10 gift card so she can get one of these items off of her wish list for my mega show. But then what I also love about this wish list is later on, if I want to do a flash sale, I can take Dana's wish list and I can do a great pic collage, and I can actually text her a flash sale with, on this case, the grand opening, the Cross My Heart, and the Swoon were marked out that she did not purchase. And I can say, hey Dana, I'm doing a flash sale. Here are the items that you left on your wish list, and I can offer her that as a Friday flash sale. Do you love it?
Love it.
The wish list is a great way to add additional retail, add additional events, and just add additional income to your budget. Now, the last thing I'm going to leave you with is something that was laid on my heart, which was ask, seek, and knock for 2019. The ask is the prayer. The seek is that we have to seek Him above everything else. And the knock is that we have to do something in anticipation and faith that we are going to get something back when we do something. So this year in 2019, whether it's a Savior that you need or whether it's the Savior that you need to help you to do something, you've got to ask, seek, and then you have got to do something. God bless you. Have a great 2019.